Tits, 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 tits,
Tits, tits, tits.
tits of the house.
Tits of the house.
Well,
Hello, tits.
hi, tits.
We started. Should we just start talking
Let's
about
start.
our podcast?
Why another? Who needs another podcast? Why another podcast?
Oh my God, there are 20 million. Who wants to hear two bitches complain?
I feel like if you're a comedian and you don't have a podcast,
What? You're irrelevant.
are you even a comedian?
Are you a comedian or are you a fraud? No. I mean, look, we know there are like 80 million podcasts out there, right? But we thought.
Now there's one more.
Yeah, we thought we should be 80 million one.
But I feel like comedy is changing, and I want the experience of having a community and being able to talk to people in a way that is much more intimate than stand-up is.
Yeah. And I feel like, I'll be honest with you, I want people to start DMing me more. No.
We're doing this podcast so that you slide into our DMs.
Please message us. Tell us
We need
we're
attention. More.
Yeah, but also, like, look, here's the thing. We're like, maybe we're, sick of doing therapy to each other about marriage, and we want to bring you in on the session.
We realized that we talk to each other a lot and we joke around a lot, and that maybe other people would relate to our struggles, our pain, and the laughter that we have over things.
Yeah, I feel like we were like, look, let's put this out in the world. Let's complain about our husbands on a podcast. No, I'm just joking. But
Let's get divorced.
But did you see that video I sent you about divorce?
I did.
And it's interesting because she's just like, I got shamed for getting divorced. I got so shamed. Like, people gave me a hard time, and now I'm happy, and my happiness was more important. The thing is, I personally am happier nailing my husband to the ground. I'll keep you.
Well, you've got a good one. And
Yeah.
despite all your investigating and snooping and thinking he's cheating constantly, you've yet to find evidence.
I have yet to find evidence. I have not discovered a single thing, but the investigation is ongoing, and it will be through the life of this podcast and the life of when this podcast is done.
Because someone cheated on Betsy once.
Yeah. Maybe more than once I've been cheated on. Probably more.
And it has scarred her for life. It is why she does
actually,
comedy.
I've been cheated on probably 4 times now, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. And listen, I found out. I came for them. And my husband does pay. But have you ever been cheated on?
I don't know. I don't go looking.
Okay. One time I was cheated on, and I did not go, I was not the type of person. Well, hold on. Because of my dad, I'm always the type of person, but I really did trust this person, and I was not the type of person to go looking. I was like made to be such an asshole. How do you say that? Like, I was made.
Am I the asshole?
Yeah, like I looked like the biggest asshole alive. Like, you are in a club making out with other girls and accusing me of cheating. And so, of course, I think this person is not cheating on me.
Oh, they were projecting.
Bingo. Totally projecting. And I look like an asshole in front of everyone I know. And guess what? No one told me until way later. But I found out through some other way. And then I found out.
That reminds me, I don't know if I've ever been cheated on. It's not something that is like in my wheelhouse. Like, I don't think of like, is someone, it just doesn't occur to me. But I had a friend, and like her boyfriend was being inappropriate with me. And I had to like say something. It did not go great. I would say it was a shoot the messenger kind of situation.
I've been in a shoot the messenger situation with a friend whose boyfriend cheated on her with another friend of ours. That was awkward, and they did not know each other. Really awkward. But he was rich and she stayed. And I was like, stay for the money.
You
if
do you
want.
boo. Yeah. No shame in that game.
No shame in that game. I'm taking half and I'm getting out.
Yeah. I don't know, we will get into topics like cheating, and I will say to each his own, to each her own, but it just depends on the situation, right?
It depends on the situation. If you signed a prenup, let's be real, you're probably staying. Sorry.
It depends what's in the prenup, because you could have a prenup that gives you exactly what you want to pack your bags and leave.
Yeah, sometimes you get more if you signed a prenup.
Yeah.
We're in Los Angeles, and we're going to be talking about a lot of that too. We're going to be talking about laws in Los Angeles and life in Los Angeles and aging in Los Angeles. Like today in Los Angeles, Hillary and I'm 108, she's 107.
I always like dog years for women.
Yeah. Add a couple extra.
Yeah.
It's like 13 to
So
the
you
one.
just think of us as your elderly grandmas giving you advice, sharing war stories.
Oh, honey, when you're at the age.
I remember when my tits were up here.
Now they're an inch lower and no one wants to look at them in this town.
It's kind of nice to be invisible,
Yeah,
It
is. It's kind of nice to be invisible. When you turn 26 in LA.
Yeah, they give you a little piece of ice and they send you down the river.
Bye-bye.
Bye forever.
But we thought we would do a podcast to talk about marriage, life in LA, and I do think what we have to say is a different perspective on things. And
We have very different perspectives on things sometimes.
yeah, we are completely opposite. Every time I say, "Oh, she's this," or "She signed a prenup," you're like, "No, I don't think so." Hillary, do you disagree?
I'm a disagreeable person.
And I'm an agreeable
With love.
person.
With love.
Yeah, I try to see all sides, but I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And really say what I think, in my opinion, and people might not like it, but I have
That's
to be
what
honest.
those DMs are for. Let us know.
Me. Come on, my trolls. No. We're going to get the trolls coming after us. But we definitely find ourselves talking to each other about our own marriages, marriage problems, comedy, and what we go
Pursuing
through.
your dreams.
Yes.
Making time for yourself. Filling your own cup. We talk about the responsibilities we have as human beings, as moms. I am a human baby mom. Betsy has dogs, and
I have a zoo.
Betsy has a zoo in her house.
I'm exhausted. I literally,
Me too.
This is just a week for me with all these animals.
But we think that this is important for us to open up and talk to you guys about life.
Did we say life at the same
said life
time?
at the
See,
same
Jinx,
time.
pinch, poke, yo, me a Coke. And you know that I love Coca-Cola, so I will take that.
I know. There's one in the fridge for you.
So, and I do think that, like, if you're divorced, come here, because I do think that
If you're single, come here and you will be glad that
Yeah.
you are single.
Yeah. If you're single, you might go, why would I ever get married after listening to this? No.
And that's fair. That is a fair assessment after listening.
to this podcast.
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is that, like, honestly, there is something nice about having a partner. I mean, I understand divorce, because when your partner doesn't become is not a partner anymore, then, like, you want to get out, but there is something nice about being married and having a partner, I will say.
Yeah. I think for the most part, we work really hard to make the marriages work.
Yeah. And my husband's working hard today. He's letting the dogs out for me so I can be here right now, Hillary.
When was
with
the
you.
last time he did that?
Well, probably not yesterday, the day before. He wasn't around yesterday, I had to work. But I mean,
This is a big deal, you guys.
it's huge. He's letting the dogs out for me, and I prepped him lunch today.
Wow.
Yeah, it's what married life is like.
That is like having kids. That is what having kids is like.
Yeah.
Do your chores. Here's your lunch. Bye.
Well, that's what my married life is like. I baby my husband. He's like, oh my God, stop trying to be my mom. And I'm like, everybody needs a mom. Shut up and eat your food. God, out of here. Well, I baby my animals. I'm people might call it an enabler, and I'm a babyer. I love to like take care.
Everyone likes someone to take care of them.
I like to take care of people too.
And then quietly resent them. That's what being a mom is.
Yeah, but it's like those times when it's like I mean, my mom lives with me, and I'm like, after breakfast, I just am like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah. It's hard to be selfless and have people depend on you.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important to take care of whatever it is that fills your cup.
Yeah, it is.
And get a little perspective and get out of the house and do your own thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the hardest part, is like saying, I need a break. I need to disconnect from the day to day.
Oh yeah. For the past 3 weeks, I've had like a day where I could just sit for like a couple of hours. Like, I have been so busy that like by the time I'm done feeding all of these animals, my mom and my husband.
What is that, like 7, 8 mouths?
Yeah. 5. Well, I've had 5 dogs for over a week, and then the 2 cats. That's 9. I don't even sit down. At 8 o'clock, I'm like, do I even care about food? It'll be nice to go to dinner tonight. It's Friday. I'm going on a date night.
Does your husband know?
Yeah. He would like to go out to eat almost every night. And I'm like, I'm tired. Doesn't it suck that like women get more tired than men as we get older? Do you notice that women, this sucks. My friend's like, I'm so tired. He has so much energy. He's ready to go, 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 go. And I'm dying. I'm so tired. And I'm like, me too.
I don't know about that. I feel like men are just better at taking care of themselves and filling their cup. And we get up. I know I get up at 6 o'clock no matter what. I have to prep the coffee, get the breakfast, make sure the bags are packed for school, have the coffee like the addict that I am, let it hit my bloodstream before I can start my day. And it doesn't matter if I was out till midnight or went to bed at 9. Like, I am up at 6 no matter what.
Yeah, but like, okay, my husband can work all day and then go for like
it's a different
this
part of your brain.
insane run or mountain bike. And then like, let's go walk 3 miles to dinner and back. And I'm like, I walked when you were running and I'm tired from it.
I feel like it's different lanes, right? Like there's like the work part of your brain, the exercise part of your brain, and now he wants like the let loose and have a drink and eat some food part of, like, that's a pleasure reward thing for the other stuff he did. He took care of his work and his body, and that's all he has to worry about. He doesn't have to worry about the house or the bill. I mean, he has to make money, but like, that's all he has to do, right?
Yeah. But I only have one part of my brain. Like, I don't have this part, that part. I have
Is it the ADHD part?
No, it's the I'm tired part. I have a lot of energy. People are like, you do so much. And I'm like, you have never met my husband. I do nothing compared to him. Like, I look like a snail on the side of him. A little sluggish, slimy snail.
I don't know. I think he's just an expert at one thing and you're not giving yourself credit.
I guess, but I'm like, sure, like, if he's out of town, I'm just like, oh, I had a long workout today on the sofa. I
think you need that every once in a while. Yeah. Like, recharge your batteries. But that, I know you're saying that you don't do much, but You're doing a lot. You
Well,
are
yeah.
always showing up for other people. You're always rescuing animals. You're always doing shows. You're working on your writing. Now you're doing this podcast.
Well, how about you with your writing?
Yeah, same.
Tell me about it, because you're going nuts right now with writing.
It is a hell of my own making. But I'm writing a bunch.
Yeah. It really, don't you find when you start to write, you're in such a zone, like everything just, that's why I really want to sit in front of my computer. I am writing, but I can't lock down for 8 hours. And I know that at this moment.
No one writes for 8 hours. Let me
Yes,
just give you a little window.
I have to.
This is what my writing looks like. I'm like, I get my computer, and then I'm like, I need a drink. I get my fizzy water. I need a smoothie. I go make a smoothie. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me research this show and this actor, and this reminds me of, like, and then I'm like, I gotta text this person back. And then I'm like, oh, time for lunch. And I would say in a 3-hour writing window, I am lucky if there's like 45 minutes of concentrated writing. And even that is like, I got to turn my phone off.
You have to turn your phone off.
Because ding,
Yep.
ding.
But just so you know,
Ding.
the most powerful writing, you get up every few minutes and walk around and eat a slice of an apple or eat a cookie.
Oh, then I'm very powerful.
Yeah,
I'm very, very
you
powerful.
have to, because you know what? When you get up and you walk, you reset. So then when you sit back down, you're like this. That is how you're supposed
Maybe
to
that's
write.
what I'm doing. I'm doing it right then. Okay.
No, you're doing it right. I'm just saying in general, you're calling me going, what am I doing? Why did I take this? It's like,
You know, it is like...
it's work.
It's work, and I think I like the stage of writing where it's new and exciting. My favorite joke is always my newest joke, and I'm excited, but it's also just, it feels like there's never enough time.
Yeah, life feels like there's never enough time. And when you're tired, I don't know what to tell you. If you're like me and you just keep going and you drink the second and the third coffee. I've been drinking.
This podcast is brought to you by coffee. Coffee and Coca-Cola.
Coffee brands, please sponsor this podcast. You don't have to pay us. Just give us free coffee.
I would like to say Chanel sponsor this podcast.
You know, because
Same a little higher.
Chanel, great. But I just I just saw this piece of Chanel art and I was like, I like that. But, I never have bought a Chanel because I don't wear leather. And I'm like, I realize I'm not a Chanel girl. Sponsor Hillary.
No, you're a Stella McCartney girl.
Maybe Stella McCartney, but also like fun, silly brands. Like, I realize, I don't know if I'm couture.
You are not.
No, I'm a wild child.
Yeah.
I'm like the brand with all the shit, like sparkle,
Yeah.
rhinestones.
Sure, fun.
Yeah. So I'm a crazy brand and Hillary is couture.
I wouldn't say I'm couture. I like a mix of high and low, and I like vintage stuff, and I like thrift shopping.
Yeah, you do.
But I also like designer stuff.
But you are a fashionista.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit less of a fashionista.
Yeah.
I shop at the kids department at H&M sometimes.
You know what? There are treasures to be found everywhere. I think that's the lesson.
There you go. You're going to get a lot of shit on this podcast. Let's just put it that way. We don't even know what we're going to be talking about, but a lot. Let's see. What was I going to say? I was going to tell you something about... I'm such a goober. I was going to tell you something about being single. That... Do you know when people say to me that they're single and like, how did you meet your guy? Like, I just want a guy like this that does this and he has to make money and he has to this. And I'm like, no, you want to be single and worry about yourself. I had a friend that gave me a list of like 300 things that she wanted.
Did she want to be set up? Was she like, this is my list?
Yeah.
Find him.
Yeah.
And then I'll be here waiting.
And he has to make money, and I'm thinking, like, you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, you don't want to do any, I
don't want to do those things either.
Yeah, but do you do them?
Yeah.
But you have kids.
Yeah.
You have to do those things.
I have friends coming to me asking what it's like to have kids, and they're thinking about having kids. And I'm like, I don't know.
What is the advice that you have to say?
It depends on the person. It's like they're not really looking to me to hear. They just want like confirmation that their choices are right and that that's the right thing for them. Like they already have the answer. They're just coming to me for validation.
To have a kid. But what would you say? Like, get ready for this, or this?
I think I would say get ready to have your old shit drudged up. Like all the stuff you haven't figured out about yourself will bubble to the surface and you will turn into your parents. Yeah. You don't have to, but like that will be the automatic response.
Yeah. I did not have kids because I thought, I have enough. Like, I've had enough in life. Like,
but you're already mothering your sisters, your husband, your mom lives with you, these dogs.
Yeah. But I look at my childhood and I go, you know, when some people say this, I wish I could go back to being a kid. I wish I could go back to being a kid. Like, my childhood was the best time of my life.
I don't know anyone who says that because I just know comedians.
Thank you. I'm like, take a trip to my childhood. Come back to this period of time and let me know if you think that I should have a kid. You're going to be like, I would probably let your genetic die.
I don't know. I feel like I had a really fucked up childhood too. Now I've been in therapy my whole life, so I've worked on some stuff. I think I had the same fears as you, and I just chose to feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah. No, I chose to not.
Listen, not a bad choice.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Now it's just like, do I regret it? I don't know, but I never even thought I would have my own kids anyway. I always thought I would adopt. Could that still happen? Hey, yeah, maybe. I always thought.
I've got 2. You want one?
Yeah, you always say that, but I'm like, bring them over, and you're like, we're busy.
Oh, that is not true.
Yeah, you brought Dolly over once to see the cat.
She's been over twice.
Okay.
And Goldie's been over once, but we will come back.
Come back. I'm lonely. My other best friend who has kids, I'm like, you are being a hoarder with your kids. No, you're hoarding these
Listen,
kids.
They are not easy to transport. They require snacks being dangled in front of them and the promise of animals.
Yeah.
So you do have that.
I do have that. I have a zoo going on. I might have a giraffe in my front yard soon, okay? If there's one in need of a home.
If anyone has a spare giraffe, Betsy has a wish list that she will slide your way.
I almost had a pig. I was like, well, to my husband, you almost came home to a pig this week, but a rescue took it. And he's like, make a donation and say thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Because we would have had a pig. But yeah, so.
So we're going to talk to you guys about blowjobs, about cheating, about friendship, about childhood, about parenting, fur babies, real babies, our husbands.
And just life in general. We're going to talk to you about comedy and
pursuing whatever your passion is.
Whatever your passion is. Hopefully we can give you some hope or make you feel better about your own life.
Yeah, you'll be like, at least I'm not fucked up like those two. Things could be bad, but at least I'm not them.
Yep. So come back, listen to our podcast, check us out, like us, comment. We need it to keep it going.
We need you guys to let us know what you want to hear about. If you have any questions for us, DM us or email us at titsofthehouse@gmail.com. We've been Tits.
We've been the Tits. We'll see you next week.
Tits out.